When it comes to making people believe what we say, we not only focus on the words we use, we even tend to obsess on those words. Now let's have ourselves a pocket-sized pep talk because the reality is that the words only play a small part of what others hear and believe. You need to learn the tune.
A pocket-sized pep talk, the podcast that can help energize your business and your life with a quick, inspiring message. Now, here's your host, Rob Jollis.
While we are growing up, I guess most of us have some rather interesting part-time jobs. I know I had my fair share. One of my more unusual and challenging jobs was during my senior year of high school when I worked as an umpire. With my best friend Bob, we umpired dozens of games together. I envied Bob because he was about 6 inches taller than me, about 50 pounds heavier, and when he made a call, no one questioned it. Because of my rather short stature and less forceful voice, everyone questioned it when I made a call. Throughout the game, my friend Bob and I both uttered pretty much the same 4 words: strike, ball, out, and safe. Yet each of us had 2 completely different results. During one particularly ugly game, I was dressed down by multiple coaches for making calls they disagreed with. I went home discouraged and told my dad that I wanted to quit. He seemed puzzled because he knew I was a student of the game. When I told him about the hammering I was taking from the coaches, he asked me to let him hear the way I made a call. Nervously, I got into my umpire crouch, pretended to be watching a play, threw my arm up in the air and said, "Out." He looked at me and he told me he didn't need to hear any more. He knew what the problem was. He then asked me to try it again, only this time he told me to say it louder. I once again got into my umpire crouch, pretended to be watching a play, threw my arm up in the air and said, "Out." His look told me all I needed to know. He wasn't pleased. I could see the Marine in him begin to take over as he sternly asked me to say it again, only louder. I shouted, and he shouted back, "Are you sure?" I made the mistake of saying yes. After the look he shot me, I quickly cleared my voice and said, "Yes." He wasn't through with me as he shouted, "Are you sure?" I shouted back, "Yes, out." Smiling, he put his hand on my shoulder and said this: "If you make every close call with that volume and that level of conviction, you won't have any more issues with coaches. They won't question the calls you make." And sure enough, they never did. If it sounds like I just helped you to become a better umpire, you're missing the message here. There are quick moments of truth every day, and those moments require a level of authority that needs to come out in the words you use as well as your delivery of those words. When someone asks if you can do a particular job, they aren't looking for the words, "Yes, I can do it," whispered back, or "Yes, I can do it," shouted back. They're looking for the same words but stated with power and conviction. The words may open the door for others to believe you, but the tune helps them to go through it. Remember, the easiest way to get others to believe your words is for you to believe them yourself.
Thanks so much for listening. If you enjoyed today's show, please rate and recommend it on iTunes, Outcast, or wherever you get your podcasts. You can also get more information on this show and Rob at jollis.com.